Welcome to Geography 1200, People, Place, and the Environment. My name's Peter Bush, and this is the final video for this course. I want to start off this video by wishing you happy Earth Hour. Today is the day in which we celebrate Earth Hour, and that is at 8:30 Atlantic time. 8:30 Atlantic time to 9:30 Atlantic time. So if you're in another province, adjust accordingly. But it's Earth Hour. You try to reduce your ecological footprint on that hour tonight. So good luck with Earth Hour tonight, and I hope that you think about this course as you reflect on that Earth Hour and share some candlelight with friends, and maybe an adult beverage would be appropriate. On to this week's module. This week's module is covering food and soil geography, environmental sustainability, and making a difference. So very appropriate that I'm doing the video on the Earth Hour Day, and we're talking about making a difference in this module. So we're going to try to understand industrial food systems and learn about some challenges in industrial food systems. Your discussion movie tackles that very explicitly. We're also going to learn about soil and soil degradation in your readings. You're going to learn about sustainable agriculture in your readings. And lastly, you're going to learn a little bit about politics and how to promote environmental quality and sustainability. For this module, you need to read Chapter 14, 26, 27, and 28. As usual, for the module, there is two key things that you need to do. You need to do your assignment, and you need to do a discussion post. So first to the assignment. So the Module 6 assignment is to review the movie King Corn. You need to try to acquire access to the movie King Corn, and that is available, I believe, online and or to rent from various places. If you have trouble finding access to King Corn, you may have to pay a few dollars. But having said that, remember I did mention that at the beginning of the course, that these are some key movies that you need to acquire access to or potentially rent. So the documentary King Corn, you're going to prepare a review of that movie, and that review will be submitted as a Word document as a 1,000 to 1,200 word critique. So I like to use the word counts instead of pages, but if a typical page has about 250 words, this is about a 4-page critique of the movie. So in that critique, you need to make sure that you write well and full sentences, all that usual stuff for a writing assignment. The things that you need to cover in that critique are listed in these 5 bullets. They are, you need to do an overview of the film's topic and the problems or questions or issues that the film highlights. You also need to do a careful argument or discussion or explanation of the film's argument, the film's position to a particular problem. In your critique, you also need to have a discussion of the evidence that the film presents to support its argument. In your critique, you also need to evaluate the evidence that it presents. Who did they interview? What type of data did they use? What visuals did they employ? That type of thing. And then lastly, in your 1,000 or 1,200 word critique, you need to have a brief discussion of the film's strong points and the film's weakest points as well. So be sure to cover all of those things in your critique, and you will do well. Lastly, for your discussion post, the discussion topic for Module 6 is, you'll learn about this in your readings, is explain why you support or oppose the use of genetically modified foods, perennial food crops, or polyculture. So you need to do your readings first and then respond to this discussion question. Remember to do 4 discussion posts. The first one is your original response to that question, and then you need to do 3. There are still a few students who are not doing all 4 discussion posts, and sometimes not all 4 of those discussion posts are substantive in nature, meaning about 125 words. So try to be Those are generally free marks if you complete those discussions at the end of the course. That's important not to let that slip. So a reminder that this module started Tuesday, March 22nd, and officially ends on March 30th. I will extend that to the date of the final exam, and the date of the final exam is April 3rd. So I will officially post something on Brightspace with that extension, but I'll just let you know here. I'm giving you a few extra days, but I'm just cautious that, be careful, you'll still need to study for the final exam. So, mentioning the final exam, this is the last thing I wanted to talk about on this video, is the final exam. Your final exam is Tuesday, April 3rd. Tuesday, April 3rd. Just like the midterm, you can write this exam at any time online during that day. The key difference, your final exam is 2 hours, so you need to start at latest at 10 p.m., probably 11:59, 9:59 p.m. to start at 10, just before 10 p.m. on the Tuesday, because you have 2 hours. Remember, the day ends at midnight. So you can start it on Tuesday at 12:01 a.m., first thing in the morning, and you can write it sometime that day. I remind you that you need to find a safe, secure, reliable computer to work on. Saying that your internet went out is not acceptable unless you have some proof that from Bell Alliance that went out. I encourage you to find a spot that you're going to have lots of students around, your fellow students and friends around your apartments or residence. Be careful to make sure you have a quiet, safe place to work during the final exam. Okay? You need 2 full hours. Make sure that you have your computer and you have food or water. There's no pausing the exam, as you learned last time. Once your 2 hours is up after you started, the test will automatically shut off, and there are warnings all along as you write. So that's it. That's the final exam. Again, Tuesday, April 3rd. Okay, 2 hours in length and written online only. So that's it. Thank you very much for your attention in this course. I really hope that you have learned something about the environment and practice that as you move forward in life. Think about the things that you hear on TV or you participate in your community and try to make a difference. However small it might be, try to make a difference in the environment. It will be important to you and to our children. Thanks again. I hope you enjoyed the course. Take care.